All right, Kevin. I'm excited to get this going. And I know that you have had a couple closings, a couple of them pretty small, and a couple of them learning experiences. Before we get too far, is it okay that I share this share your story in this interview with other people as well?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. So, tell me, did real estate sales and your coach, do you think it lived up to the expectations you were looking for?
Yeah, I do think it did. Um, it's I wasn't really sure what to expect at first, but as far as walking through the steps of how to start off and especially creating a business, that was a good learning experience too. And I didn't know where to go from there, which that helped out. You were able to step me through the whole process of talking with property owners and direct mail created and the list and that sort of thing, which I had no idea where to get started on that. So that was very helpful. And once I sent out the letters, I got calls pretty quick, and so I was really surprised at that.
Good. So, how important do you believe that the leads that you got from us is to your success?
It's definitely very important. I don't know exactly where else would have started if I hadn't had those lists and sent them out to the people and started getting calls. Just from being in it for a while now and just kind of learning the ropes and everything, I don't know if I would have been able to find those leads on my own and been able to get those calls in.
I've done this for a long time, and a lot of people say, well, I don't know why you need a mentor to get going or to even do this. And I will tell you that if I would have got started by myself, which I've done a lot on my own, but I would never have gotten to the position that I'm in without a mentor. Do you feel the same way?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think a mentor has been very helpful as far as telling me who I need to talk to, title companies, who I need to get involved in as far as deals and how to talk to the property owner and where to go as far as what I should offer the property owner.
Having a mentor that is doing exactly what you're doing every single day is important. Do you feel the same way? Do you believe it's very
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I definitely do. I think since you've been through it, you know the mistakes that you've gone through, and definitely helps to hear what you've done and try to keep me from doing the same type of mistakes.
yeah, I believe you should learn from other people's mistakes so you don't have to make them on your own.
Right.
Do you believe that from start to finish you've had the tools that you've needed at your fingertips?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Through from the very beginning, going through walking through calls, simulated calls, and what kind of things I might experience from talking to a motivated seller and trying to uh, go back and forth between each other as far as what questions to ask and that sort of thing. It's been very helpful.
So you started, I didn't look. How long have you been with me?
I signed up the beginning of November, and we went through the steps and the video training and stuff through November and getting my business set up. And I believe I started doing the direct mail like the beginning of December, or it may have been close to end of November because I got my first contract. I think it was right at the end of November, 1st of December.
Okay, and how long do you think if you were going to put it in perspective, how long do you think it would, that you would say it took you to get used to the process?
Probably a good 2 months. It could have been probably shorter than that if I didn't have a full-time job. But
Right, right. How long after you mailed your first batch of letters do you think you wrote your first contract? Just a couple weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. I know as soon as I mailed them out, I was getting calls within a few days, and first contract, I would say no more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know it was pretty quick. How confident were you on your first phone call?
I was very nervous, and even going through the training and that sort of thing. I'm the type of person that I don't like to I'm a quiet. I'm not one that goes out and does this sort of thing. So this is very different for me to do something like this. But the more I do it, the more I talk to people, it's gotten a lot easier and easier. But the first one was was pretty tough.
So how long did it take you to get used to making those phone calls, and then again the site visits and going and meeting with those motivated sellers?
I still have some of my sometimes that I'll get nervous doing it, but I'm definitely feeling like I'm getting easier with it now that I've talked to buyers and find out what they want. And I think a lot of it was when I'm talking to the seller, I was more nervous about uh, being able to actually find them a buyer. And now that I've kind of built my list up and I've talked to buyers, I feel more confident that I can get those properties under contract and find buyers for them.
And the more contracts you get, the more information, the more understanding you get of the process, don't you?
Right. Yeah.
So talk to me about the option contract. Did you get much opposition? People saying they wouldn't sign it or anything, and with the motivated seller.
Not too often. The only I have had, a couple where there's in there where it says, they can't uh, go off and sell with another buyer uh, since we had the contract, and I've on those. I think I've had two that were like that, and I've I've modified it to where that I've tried to be open with them, and I've modified it to where it just said, if they did find a buyer, then that's fine with me, but uh, haven't haven't had an issue where they have done that. So that's the only thing. And there's another thing in there about insurance, which I've run across several that say that they don't have insurance. So I'll just put on there that it says that they don't have insurance, but other than the contract, anything else in there, I haven't had any issues.
Amazing. And that, so, how much do you normally put on your contract for that consideration or that deposit?
Um, when I first started doing it, I was doing 20, but I've knocked that down to 10. So so I haven't had any problems with that either.
You've sold a few properties. How long after how long after you wrote your first deal did you sell your first property?
I think the first one I sold, I think I had signed the option of purchase in the middle of December, and I believe we ended up selling it in middle of February, end of February. And I think I probably could have got it done quicker, but I was still learning the price points and stuff as far as that, and I think I just had it up too high. And once I started lowering it, I started getting a lot more interest in it, and once I did that, it was pretty quick.
And you've had 3 or 4 sales.
It's 3.
Three, right? And where did you find your cash buyers?
From Craigslist.
Craigslist marketing.
Yep.
Yeah.
hmm
Did you use when you were selling the property? Did you use our contract, the purchase agreement?
Let's see. Yeah, on the first one, I used the purchase agreement. On the other two, I just used a assignment contract and use that to give to the buyer.
Did your
So the first one, the first one was a double close, and that was mainly because it was a family and he wasn't really an investor, so I wanted to go through that double close just to
Right. Through it, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And that was a good learning process as well.
We tell potential clients that Real Estate Sales LLC provides a turnkey business model for anyone who wants to learn how to invest in real estate. Do you agree?
Yes, definitely.
I've been your coach and mentor, has been available to you from start to finish, right? Pretty much anytime you call.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Anybody would say that if you will recommend a company to a friend or family member that we're doing something right, would you recommend a friend or family member to real estate sales?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Tell me a little bit about your experience. Do you believe that anybody could do this?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. You know, like you said, I've never really done any real estate investing myself, and the personality and everything that I am, as far as I'm not one of those that likes to talk to people on the phone a whole lot and that sort of thing. It's definitely something I think pretty much anybody could do.
So let me ask you, is there anything you would want to tell somebody thinking about investing in real estate, especially deciding to work with us?
Yeah, I think anybody that's out there interested in and trying to do something like this, that working with y'all's been really enjoyable. The people that I've talked to, you and Jason, and at the beginning, everybody's been really helpful and have taught me a whole lot about real estate. And I think that anybody interested in, once you get started and you get your first deal, you can definitely see that this can happen over and over and over.